okay, I had to do the premiere Raw. I just couldn't leave it because of what I saw. And you see the title. It makes no sense. Now, maybe there's something wrong. Look, you guys know what happened to me at the beginning of the month. It was very dramatic and traumatic what I went through. And maybe that's why I'm thrown off. Maybe that's the reason why that I'm not treating Monday Night Raw nicely. Maybe that's the reason why I think the product doesn't make any sense. And like I said, I don't care if it's Vince who is booking it. I don't care if it's Triple H. I don't care if it's Bruce Pritchard. I don't care if it's Ari Emanuel. I don't care who it is. I look at this and I'm going like, none of this makes any sense. This does not help Raw. None of it. And I'm going like, is it me? Maybe it is me. Maybe there's something wrong with me right now because I am still not myself. Maybe that's the reason why. Or could it be that I'm the only one that can actually see that this product just doesn't make any sense? That I hear long-term booking from JD. We gotta wait a long-term booking. Long-term booking doesn't take away from bad booking. Just Alex, I'm sure both of them are going to say this was an incredible show. It was great. Really? Really? Look. Let's talk about Ricochet and talk about Nakamura. False count anywhere. Nothing wrong with that. They're dealing with their story. Was it a bad one? No. I won't tell you that because it was a good show. It was a good showing from both. But now, here's the problem. For me personally, what do we actually get with Nakamura and what do we actually get from Ricochet? Ricochet almost killed himself doing a shooting star press from where the arena was, where the fans were. He does a full shooting star press and at least 8 or 9 guys was there to catch his ass and splat himself, which was cool. And I'm sure just Alex or JD is going to say that was an incredible spot. I think just Alex is going to go and gush about that spot. But then I'm thinking about more ahead of time. The Shogun, Nakamura. What is he going to do now? Is he going to continue fighting with Ricochet that he just finally beat? I'm honestly saying, what is this? What are we really getting here? When you could have given Nakamura the damn title away from Seth Rollins and let Seth chase him, which actually would give us more mileage with Seth Rollins. And when he finally wins it, it would be fine. But here makes no sense. Now let's go to Seth Rollins in the segment with Drew. What did we really get with Drew and what did we get with Seth? Drew talking with a Rhea Ripley? Why would you do that? Explain that. You're going to turn him heel and let him go work with Judgment Day? Is that what that's about? And then we're hearing what we heard from Drew while he was with Seth. And Seth saying, you really are wrapped around Judgment Day. And Drew had a perfect explanation about why he wants to get that damn title because he deserves that title after what he went through with Brock Lesnar not having any fans during the pandemic. I think that makes perfect sense. But now we're talking about Judgment Day? No, we're talking about Bloodline. Where the Bloodline's not even involved in this. It's Jay. And then the opening of the show. When we see that Sami Zayn is frustrated that Kevin's gone, which is understandable. Then Judgment Day shows up, wanting to fuck him over. Then we get Jey Uso coming out to protect his boy. And then we get in the back, 2 segments, not 1, 2. The first one, we get Sami being upset with Jey because he's got everything he wants, but then Sami's acting all pissed off and frustrated that he's happy for his boy, but then what about him? And then his boy 100% says, and it's Jey, you lost everything, you still got me. Hits him on the chest and tries to tell him, I'm here for you still. And then you see Sami fucking pissed off, knocking over a ladder, runs back to him and says, I'm sorry, I just had it hard. And then it's like nothing. Now, mind you, this could still turn Sammy heel, which it looks like they may be going there if the ending of the show didn't happen. Because the ending of the show negates anything that could happen between Sammy and Jay. It was like, it made no sense why they had that segment when it came to the ending of the show, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. Now, the match between Gunther and a Bronson Reed. Good match. Really good match. But why is it here instead of Crown Jewel? Tell me if I'm wrong. What exactly do we just get with Gunther now? Gunther. The Ring General. Now, what is he going to do at, if he's even going to a Crown Jewel, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, I believe. Is he going? I don't know. You guys tell me below if Gunther is scheduled to go, because there's only one or two reasons why they did this. One, Gunther is not going to Crown Jewel. Or two, he is going to Crown Jewel, but they're rushing this to try and find him a new person. Because that's what this felt like. It felt rushed. Either it's rushed because Gunther is not going to Crown Jewel, or they rushed through this quickly, so the next challenger for Gunther is at Crown Jewel, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And they're rushing it due to the fact that Crown Jewel is just shy of Survivor, is just before Survivor Series, and they got to get something over there for them. So it feels 100% rushed. It's crap. Now, hearing that Logan had his fight. He won his fight, I believe. I didn't see the fight. But supposedly he won the fight, but now he wants to come after a Rey Mysterio's U.S. title. I have no problem with that. I don't. Since Dom got the title back from the North American Championship, you got to give Rey something to do until they do finally set that up, because that's what I think they're going eventually. It might happen next year. Maybe Royal Rumble. It might happen. I don't think they're going to keep Rey holding it until what? Until WrestleMania? I had to think about that, because I'm going like, they wouldn't wait until WrestleMania for Dom to go up against his dad for the U.S. title. Would they do that? I don't know, but I'm just thinking they got to have something for Rey to do. So knowing Logan, he'll do something because he does work well in the ring and he does have a good character. Fine. I'm alright with that. Now, Ludwig Kaiser versus a Johnny Wrestling who lost the match due to the fact that Giovanni Vinci interfered with it. Now, here's the thing. What happened to Ciampa? Are we really having DIY back together? Now, mind you, there would be some people to say, dude, they're trying to build up intrigue, so when they finally have these matches between these four, it'll make it great. Now, that could be possible. But knowing full well how things are, I'm like, really? Because I think what's going to happen next week, you're going to see Ciampa versus Giovanni Vinci because of what happened with Gunther telling both Kaiser and Vinci, this better happen. It better be right, or there's going to be hell to pay. I'm just like, really? Now, let me get this over with. Baszler versus Rhea. With the huge mess that happened at the end, which had Nia Jax, which had Raquel Rodriguez, and which had Zoe Starks. Now, was it garbage? No. Under one reason. Because Zoe Stark is there. Now, mind you, it being one woman out of all the other women has been seen multiple times, at least they're trying to build one woman up. Because Shayna Baszler's been built up, Raquel Rodriguez has been built up, Nia Jax has been around for so long, we already know her. We already know them. Zoe's the only one that has not been known. And that's what they're doing here. Trying to make Zoe mean something. But knowing how Nia Jax is, knowing how Raquel Rodriguez is, knowing how the other two are, this fatal five-way, if they're doing it now, Do I care? No, I don't. Because Nia Jax is there. I don't care about Nia Jax. And I'm just hoping she has not hurt anybody in the process of what she did in the last couple of weeks. Now, what did I think about Nivens and Natalya? Let me give it to you like this. I wish Natalya would leave WWE. I'm saying it right now. Natalya's been there for so long. She feels like just a jobber. I'm just saying it. Look, Natalya can still wrestle very well. She can hold a promo. She can hold a character to a certain extent. She's been there for years and she's worked decently well. But after all this time, do I actually care about Natalya? No. Does this get Piper Nivens over? Yes, to a certain extent, but not by much. Because she's a tag specialist and it's not about her. It's about trying to make those tag belts mean something, which they don't. And then you had the segment in the back where the person that really needs to go even more than Natalya is Nikki Cross, because the only thing they're doing is having her in the corner now, going like this. And I really wish Nikki would leave, more even than Natalya, because what has she done? Nothing. Being the superhero means that was a joke originally that got over. And they just dropped it after a while because Vince didn't care. But then it's like, this is about the tag titles. And I don't care about the tag titles. I wish that we just get rid of them. Because it's not helping Chelsea Green. It's not helping a Piper Nivens. And I gotta admit, I did like how Piper was dressed. Because it reminded me of Drew McIntyre. And I just... You get my point. I don't care. Now, let me say this. Seeing a Jade Cargill when things were getting bad with Rhea because she found out she was in a Fatal 5-Way was nice. I did like it. Was it Rhea Ripley? I can't remember. I think it was Rhea. But the key here was I'm glad to see her being spotlighted, but I'm still nervous as hell on where she's going to land and how they're going to book her. She's still not ready yet. Look, she's still green. And I'm not against her. I really wish she'd gone to NXT to get more training. And mind you, I'm happy she's there. But I don't feel safe for her. I don't. I don't want to start seeing getting her ass jobbed out. They may bring her up like this and then... And don't tell me that won't happen because it can't. I'm just saying, it makes me nervous. And then Xia Li, seeing her. And it's like going up against the man. Then one thing I do agree, Indy Hartwell getting a shot at the NXT title was fine. And then hearing Adam Pearce say, and I was getting angry. Because Adam Pearce said he's going to set up the match. And she wanted a match. She was going to Adam Pearce. Then Adam Pearce said he's going to set up the match. I was getting angry because what about HBK? But he did address it, saying I'm going to talk to HBK after this, see if he's willing to give its blessing. That I at least am fine with. She is now doing NXT and Raw, and that's the man, Becky Lynch. If she had gone to him and he just made the match without a HBK getting involved, I would say this is fucking stupid. But then you gotta say it's alright in that sense because the other GM, because he is a GM himself in HBK, it makes sense. Now, let's put this in perspective. Was the last match bad? No. It was not bad. But let's make this clear. Dom was not the problem. No. It wasn't. The match itself was fine. Yeah. But seeing Jimmy Uso show up, screw over his brother, and then make Judgment Day get the title back, does multiple things. One, seeing Jimmy Uso on Raw when he is a SmackDown wrestler just again smacks you like this in the face as a fan. They're going, oh, we're going to bring this guy in from SmackDown just to fuck with you because, oh, we said there's going to be a brand split. There is none. Fuck you. Accept it. That's one. And I don't even know if JD and Just Alex is going to address that. They probably won't. Two, what was the point of taking it off them? Because this, in a sense, fixed the problem with the brand split. Because everyone keeps saying that you're going to see Cody on SmackDown. He's going to SmackDown. Guess what? He didn't move. Like I said it myself. When everybody else said, oh, he's going over there. I'm one of those people that said, no, he's not. He's going to go back and forth between SmackDown and Raw. He's going to stay on Raw and he's going there. I said it, and guess what? They sent Kevin Owens instead of Cody. But then it made sense for Cody to hold the tag titles because then Cody can go back and forth, and it made sense storyline-wise and continuity of saying there's a brand split. You can keep Cody on Raw, go over to SmackDown, let him do stuff over there, and back to Raw, because then at least it makes sense. Because hearing that we have a new GM in a Nick Aldis, and he had to make an arrangement with Triple H to bring a star from Raw to SmackDown. Why do it? Honestly, you had the brand split. You had now Cody holding a title with Jay. He can go back and forth and still deal with Jimmy. But now, they don't have it. Which makes this even more stupid. And then Judgment Day themselves. What was the point? People said JD McDonough is joining Judgment Day. Watch, he's going to join them. He never did. Then they were going to do something with Damian Priest going against Finn Balor. And they were going to have a feud where Damian Priest was going to be off and he was going to leave Judgment Day. He stayed with him. They won the titles. Then they lost the titles. Now, they won them back again, which made no sense to take them off Cody and Jay. But then, you know what it makes it look? Bad. You know why? Because the titles have been hot potatoed from Judgment Day to Sammy and Kevin. Then Judgment Day again. Then we get Cody and Jay getting them. And now jumping back to Judgment Day. Does Judgment Day mean anything? If they're supposed to be the top faction there, what does that mean? Long-term booking does not feel like it. You know what it feels like? It feels like shock value. As I said for SmackDown, it's here too. In fact, I think I may change this to shock value. This is just shock value. That's what this feels like. This is all shock. Short-term gain through shock. That's what it feels like. Like I said, I don't care if Triple H booked it, Bruce Pritchard booked it, Ari Emanuel, who is the current CEO of Endeavor and TKO Book Holdings, or Vince, or Paul Levesque, Triple H himself. I don't care who booked this. It's dumb. And with the looming, soon, we're going to have Crown Jewel. What do we actually have going into Crown Jewel? You just took the tag titles off of Cody and Jay. What are you doing? What's supposed to happen here? I don't know. This makes no sense. Maybe shock value. That would be after this. This makes no sense. Shock value. But it's just me. Tell me if I'm wrong. Because maybe I'm the idiot here. JD, Just Alex, WrestlingIn.com, and every other person who does reviews that are on YouTube, they're going to say this is probably great booking. And all I see is nonsense. Peace.